There is bad spirits around all the time. The devil is at work every single day. And you don't even realize it. You don't think about it. You know it's a thing. You know it exists. Look, if you think God exists, which you might not, you might believe in universal powers and universal spirits, or I don't know. Like, don't put a name on it. Let's just forget it has a name. Because us as humans, we name things. You know, we've got a battery, we've got a light. But really, is that a light? No, that's just the name that we give the light. You are not your name. Your name is something that we call you. So, I believe, and you guys might agree, that there's spirits around all the time. I believe your ideas come to you from the universe, from God. And then your brain is a mechanism for processing those ideas. Let me know in the comments if you believe that this could be the case. How is an idea just going to randomly just pop into your mind? Your soul, which is just another word for that thing that's inside your body that's controlling you. Because when you look at your own body, you don't say, I'm hand, you say my hand. So this is the hand that you own. You own your skin. This is my skin. So there's something in there that is owning that. So what is that thing that owns your skin? It's kind of weird when you really think about it like that. And a lot of people may not go this deep. It dawned on me the other day that the devil is at work 24/7 all the time. And you don't even know it. But when you realize this, you can stop it from happening. So, of course, there's positive and negative polarities in the world. You know, there's good things, and it's your perception also of what that is. So, I don't know if you guys know the yin yang. So the circle with the squiggle with the two dots and the whole concept of that. I believe, or I haven't actually looked into it deeply, but within every good thing, there's a little bit of bad, and with every bad thing, there's a little bit of good. In my belief, I believe that there is no good or bad. It's just, there just is. And it's your perception on the situation. Because let's just take a car, for example. You know, my favorite car that I bought 3 years ago that I love, like, yes, it's the positives are it gets me from A to B. It's a nice color. I like the sound of it. It helps me go to jobs and go to work and all that stuff. But then you can look at it from a different point of view and say, like, it's resources we use to build it. It's a pollution thing. It's increasing my chances of dying because I might be in an accident. Like, there's different ways you can look at certain things. You can look at going to the gym as, oh, it's healthy for my body. Or you can look at it as, oh, like, there's higher risk to injury and it costs money and it's blah, blah, blah. Like, there's all different perspectives on different situations, and your brain will choose the way it looks at something from a negative or positive point of view. For example, if you really like someone, and I'm giving a lot of examples here just to make myself clear, but if you liked someone and then all of a sudden they did something to piss you off and now you don't like them anymore, then what's going to happen is your brain's reticular activation system, which is selective focus, you choose and select what you're going to focus on, will flip, and you will start focusing on negative things to do with that person, because your brain wants to try and justify that what it's just thought is real. So, just to say, your friend Sarah was so good to you, you know, she used to call you every day and used to chat, talk about things, and it was so good, you know, we used to get a coffee and blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, Sarah was flirting with your husband. And now Sarah's a slut. Now you're going to start focusing on how Sarah just dresses like a trash bag, and Sarah's hair's looking so trashy today, and Sarah, you know, oh my God, she's just Sarah this, Sarah, and then you're trying to justify, but Sarah's still the exact same person, but your brain's going to flip it. So really, you're living in your own little world in your head. And when you think about it like that, you start to see things more clearly for what they actually are. But the most powerful thing is that you can change reality. You, instead of just being on autopilot and letting your brain just come up with whatever it thinks about anything, you can now choose what things mean, which is staying in control of your own state. Because if you have a certain desired reality that you want to be in, like let's just say you really want to have a positive life, or you really want to improve your situation or your living circumstances, or improve your mood and your emotions, you can now create your own meanings, because everything has unlimited meanings. And you might disagree with that. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. You can create meanings for anything. However, I believe there is a spiritual element at play. So obviously there's been reports of ghosts, UFOs, UFO abductions. Sometimes randomly on certain days you feel like crap, you don't know why. It could be something to do with inside your body. It could be external spirits messing with you. You don't know when a spirit or a devil has come to torment you. Maybe you can know, because what I believe happens is you start thinking negatively, or you start feeling like you're in lack. Like, think about all the things that are opposite to God. Now, if you believe in God, if you're a Christian, Muslim, I don't really know all the other different meanings of how people were created or whatever. But in most cases, God is an abundant, all-loving, ask and you will get, perform miracles being. Like, he's not seen as someone who is in lack, who's, of course, he has put that upon some people for them to learn lessons and gratitude and whatever, but let me just get to the point. If you are being negative, that is the devil tormenting you, because you shouldn't be feeling negative. Look at your life. You've got all these things. You've got food. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you have internet connection. How life is your life? How bad is your life really? It's as bad as you think it is the truth. Think about someone who just lost their legs in a car accident. Apparently they're in a pretty bad way for like 3 months until they settle in and that becomes the new normal. And then they have a different look on life after that. They're back to normal. So if you get a new car and you think it's epic and you've been working towards when you get it, within 3 months of you having that car's now normal and you feel exactly the same. So that goes to show that getting new things and consuming new things is actually not improving your life at all. It will never improve your life, because your life can only get improved if your emotions and the way you feel about things are improved, because really that's what you're chasing. You're chasing emotions. And the devil messes with your emotions. He wants you to go into a feeling of lack. He wants you to start thinking about how people are just unfair to you, and you helped them and they didn't help you, and you lent the money, they didn't pay you back, and you know you're unhealthy and you should do something about it, and all these things that make you feel like shit. That is the devil. Doesn't want you to have good emotions. Anytime you're having a bad emotion, devil. Devil, devil, devil in your ear. You should say a little prayer or say something like, get out, you're not welcome here. I am only going to resonate with positivity, progression, health, positive feelings. Don't be too hard on yourself. This is another thing too that I used to do to myself all the time, is you'll sit there and you'll just beat yourself up. You'll say you just want to start being more healthy and lose some weight or put on muscle or whatever, just start eating better. if you don't do it, then you just sit there and beat yourself up and you start telling yourself, oh, you're a loser, you tried again, you didn't do it, you couldn't do it. Worst thing ever. There is no rush. Alan Watts says, never rush. Where are you rushing to? There's nowhere to go. You feel like you're going. Where are you going? There's nowhere to go. You're here and now. This is it. There's only now. There's no... Tomorrow's an illusion. Tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, it'll be now. So you're only ever in the now. So if you're feeling like you're in lack, you've got no money, you've got no partner, you've got no friends, you got nothing, and you are depressed about that, the devil is in your mind. The devil is there, and you need to cast it out, and you need to know that God and the universe wants you to feel good and like there is enough, because there is so much. It's just your perspective on it, and your devil's twisting your perspective. Just go outside and go for a walk. There is no lack of abundance. Look at the flowers and the growing trees that have got water and leaves, and cars driving past with people who have got paid last week and money. Maybe you are in lack, but there is no lack. Look at the universe. There's comets flying past, the planets that are full of resources. The issue and the dilemma that you might have is that you cannot harness the resources. You're having issues getting your share. Wayne Dyer, who's a famous philosopher and spiritual teacher, has an analogy of the universe is abundant like the ocean, and every single day you can go up to it with a little teaspoon and take one little teaspoon out of the ocean and walk away and say, I think that's all that life has for me. That's all that there is. Just a little teaspoon. But really you can go to it with a Mack truck trailer, massive, biggest trailer you've ever seen, and take out unlimited amount of water from the ocean, and the level will never change. And really, that is how much abundance there is in this life. There's no lack of people. There's no lack of beautiful people. There's no lack of money. There's no lack of resources or work or food. In an apple, the seeds. And only humans can count how many seeds are in an apple. But only God knows how many apples are in a seed. And one apple has seeds that can probably create hundreds of apples from one apple. And if you don't think of it like that, you don't see it. Like if you have a business or you're working with someone, and you don't see more opportunities, then you'll never even try and go for them. Like, you need to be positive about it. If you work someone that you hate, you never know, maybe you'll meet a customer that comes there that will offer you a better job because you're in a good mood and you served them really well and you had a little conversation with them, and now they loved your energy so much that they're offering you a position that pays 3 times more than what you're getting paid now. But no, because you are not feeling like enjoy at your job, that opportunity might come and pass by because you just didn't see it. So it's important to sit there and fantasize about your dream reality. What do you actually want? What are you actually going for? And a lot of people, you can't focus anymore because you're too busy scrolling on the phone. Just scroll. Next video. That's frying your brain. I do the same thing too. And it stops your ability to focus properly. You're trying to read a document and you can't. You can't even just sit there in boredom anymore because you need stimulation all the time. If you're doing nothing, like, what do? You have to pick up your phone, or you have to go and have a coffee, or you have to go and do there has to be some form of stimulation, otherwise you're not okay. Maybe practice just sitting there with no stimulation. and sit with yourself, sit with your brain, sit with your imagination, and for 10 minutes just shut off negativity and just only be positive. Just give it 10 minutes. So many of you are addicted to worshiping the devil's negativity. You will take a good situation and you will nitpick and make it negative. Life always has issues and problems that you can focus on. It's never going to go away till the day you die. There's going to be something. There's going to be an issue with the car. There's going to be a teenager doing something you don't like. There's going to be someone saying something offensive. There's going to be a lack of toilet, but there's going to be something that you can focus on. But then there's always going to be some form of abundance you can focus on, and that is the things that you already have right now, but you just take for granted. Every single breath of air that you are taking is given to you by God, the world, the universe. You will not be here with another breath of air. But unfortunately, so many of us take our next breath of air for granted. If you want to live a life of abundance, you need to appreciate little things. Appreciate air. Appreciate that your lungs can process the air. Appreciate that your heart is pumping the blood around your body and servicing the blood and servicing the cells that can grow and rejuvenate your skin to hold the blood in your body, that can nourish your bones, that can build your muscles so that you can walk and talk and see and hear and feel and create and do emotions. You are a person that is here to create. You are here to create your dream reality. Those things that excite you the most is what you should be working towards in positivity. Why are you self-sabotaging your life by thinking negative? Is that really, truly, if you were to write down the life that you want on a piece of paper, is that really, truly the life that you want? No, probably not. Maybe you do. And if you do, then I'm happy for you. Keep living the life that you want. But if you are someone who has been, you've been a little bit negative lately and you want things to change for you and you want things to improve for you, then there is enough for you. But you need to train your mind and because we are habitual creatures. We are creatures of habit. If you start eating a certain way, you'll probably most likely eat that way again. If you go for a walk, you'll most likely go the same route again. If you call a friend, you call them again. We are creatures of habit. The way you think and the way you act, the way you think is habitual. You wake up and 95% of your thoughts are what's going to determine what you do with the next situation. And if you want to receive something else, you can't keep doing what you're doing. You have to change what's happening. So if I was you, I'd start either blocking out some time every single day where you can just say to yourself, hey, for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be negative as possible. I'm going to bag the fuck out of everyone that I know that I hate. And I'm going to say that this guy's this and this and that. And I'm going to just think about how my whole life's fucked and this happened. And, blah, blah. And then just after that 10 minutes, switch it off and just tell yourself, no more negative thoughts for today. If that's what you need to do. If you can switch it off completely, even better. So I would have been about 7 years ago now, I got fucked over in a business deal, $50,000. So I sold my business to someone and we did a deal where they wanted me to pay them out $100,000, right? And I said, there's no way, because I was doing most of the work and bringing most of the skill. So I said to this, he's like, no, I want to get paid $100,000 to leave the company. And I just like, no way, mate. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, how about you just pay me $100,000 because, you think $100,000 fair for you to leave, so you just take the business and I'll get paid $100,000. And they agreed on it. And I was like, cool. Well, I spent 3 years building up this business. Whatever, 100,000 is my exit. I think that's good because the business was turning over like pretty good money, probably worth 3 times that, especially the potential that I had. And the deal was that I wouldn't enter the same industry, and the person agreed. And then they took over the business, fucked the whole thing, employed 5-6 people to cover what I was doing, got into massive debt, took out all these loans, and unfortunately they then later said that, oh, they never agreed to the $100,000. And I only got paid out 30 something thousand, but I was still helping and doing work and stuff. And so I was pretty much owed over $50,000. And I just trashed my whole business. And I could have gone into a state of complete negativity and going and starting court cases and, all this shit, all this drama, which I could have done. And I could have done it even stress-free. Just be like, no, this is not fair. I'm going to go to court and get a lawyer involved, and we're going to go to court, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let the whole thing go. I'm going to let the money go. And one of the reasons I did it is because I wanted to focus my energy on creating more abundance for me. I'm like, I could use that energy to go to court and fight and complain about it and be like, oh, I got ripped off, and that's just where the devil wants you to go. The devil's like, here you go, come here, come and complain, come and complain. I want to have you sitting there feeling like you in this beautiful life with air and oxygen and food and internet and water and friends and family and love and phone connection and job opportunities and business opportunities and holiday opportunities and cars and houses and jewelry and clothes and money and there's food. Don't even get me started on how many food options you have. But no, you got all these options and all these beautiful things in your life that now I want you to sit on the couch and watch TV and start thinking about how that one person wasn't fair to you. That's what you're going to focus on. And if you worship the devil, then that's what you're going to resonate with because you're in a low vibration. How are you supposed to do anything good in your life if you're sitting there in a low vibration? You just basically signed up for the devil and you don't even control it. You let it go on autopilot every single day. And it makes you feel good because now you're the victim. You're the one who, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that that guy treated you like that. Well, let me ask you a question. Why did you let them treat you like that? How come you have a standard of letting that happen? The only way you can truly fix things and improve them in your life is if you point to yourself and you say, I am the issue in every single aspect of my life. I'm the reason that my life is the way it is. It's not your auntie's fault. It's not your kid's fault. It's not your parents' fault. There is definitely influences that would have happened, but you can look at those things and learn and improve. Take some feedback from the situation and say, hey, this happened in my life. I don't like that happened. How do I make that not ever happen again? And just implement something that will make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's just say you had someone speak to you or treat you wrong because you trusted them too much. Like, make sure on your next friend, you lay the boundaries down. People respect it when you have boundaries. If you're just a people pleaser and letting people in just because, you want a friend, well, then really, are you a good friend or are you just leeching onto someone because you need attention? Gossiping and bagging people and gossiping, it's the devil. 100% the devil. The devil wants you to feel like your life sucks when you're sitting in a beautiful heaven of all these different things that you can possibly have. You're going to sit there and be in lack. I've been in both situations. I got to the point where, I felt like I wanted to kill myself because I'm like, why am I even here? What has this life got for me? Like, look at everyone just consuming stuff. And, I felt like that when I didn't have a partner and I wasn't validated. And it's so easy to feel like that. And I'm not saying that it's not okay if you don't feel like that. Well, it is not okay if you feel like that because you shouldn't have to feel like that. I know when negative things happen in 3s and 4s, it's the worst feeling ever. This goes wrong, then that goes wrong, and that goes wrong, and then especially if it's like a rejection from someone, and then a bill's late, and then you lose your job, and you crashed a car, and you didn't hook up your insurance. Like, you can just go into the darkest places. But like, if you consider yourself to be a strong and powerful person, you need to be able to keep your same frequency and know that God is watching over you. Know that the universe has your back. Know that it's happening for a reason. Things don't come as quick as you think. Things take longer than you think. I didn't find my long-term partner until I was 36 years old. For a good 15 years after I was 20. Like, I thought I'd met my wife when I was 18 or whatever. And that's how you feel when you're younger. You fall in love and it's like, I've been so in love. And then I went through different people and met different people. And for a good nearly 10 years there, I was single. And I just lost all hope. I was like, there is no one for me. It's done. Like, I'm just going to move into a small house. Probably not going to have kids. I was seeing different people. It's not like I wasn't going on dates. Like, I was hanging out with different girls, but most of the time it was more of a friendship vibe than a romantic spark, like an intimate connection. And I don't want to force anything. I wouldn't be someone to try and even use someone for my own needs. Like, and I honestly lost all hope. And then one day, completely unexpectedly, when I just got to the point in my life where I was okay just being single. Like, I don't need anyone else. Like, I'm fine by myself. Guess what happened? Met my long-term partner. And 3 years later, we have 3 children. Crazy. Your life can change within a day. Things can be taken away from you in a split second. You can lose any one of your family members in a split second. God forbid, but the sad reality is that it's going to happen eventually. It's either you're going to die first or other people are going to die around you. We don't know what order, but that's the way it's going to roll. And you need to be prepared for that. And if you're someone who's sitting around not making the most of the days that you have where your family are around and are healthy and are able to talk and hang out and catch up, and you're making a negative situation of that, you worship the devil. If you are not recognizing that your negative situation is the devil in your head, then you are choosing to worship the devil. If you are taking your lack of money in abundance, and if you got no money right now, then you worship the devil. Because God does not want that for you. God will only put feelings of abundance, opportunity, love, hard work, confidence into you. If you are feeling unconfident, no money, no friends, nothing for you, sitting in your room scrolling on your phone, then you are worshiping the devil. It's the hard truth of the reality. And if you are blaming other people for your situation, you are sitting right next to the devil and saying, hey, yeah, you're right. Other people fucked me. It's their fault that I'm in this situation, blah, 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 blah. Instead of owning up to it and actually taking control of the situation, because the only way you can take control of the situation is if you own up to all of your mistakes and all of the things that have happened to you. And of course, life is completely unfair. Things happen completely unfairly. But when you are born into this world, you come with nothing but your mum and dad. And even that's a gift. You got your mum and dad to raise you. You weren't just left there to die. Eventually you got some kind of clothes. You just keep receiving things once you are born. Someone's putting food in your mouth. You're having breast milk. You're having a house that you go to. Like, you're just acquiring things. When you're younger, life gives you things, give you things. And then as you get older, it starts taking them away. You lose people. Maybe you lose your parents. Eventually it'll happen. Maybe you lose a child. Maybe you lose a car. Maybe you lose a job. You will lose things as you go. It's the way it is. And then at the end, you have to say goodbye to everything in one hit. What's worse, losing things one by one after you were given them? Like, once upon a time, you didn't have a dad. before you were born, and then you had a dad, and he was there, and it was a gift. It was a thing on top of what you already were, and it feels horrible when it gets taken away. But that's also, that feeling is what is going to make you be more grateful next time you get something. Have you ever had something in your life and it was taken away, and then you just like thinking, shit, like that girlfriend I had was just amazing. Now I miss her, and oh shit, I really kind of took her for granted, and I would have done this different. And then when you get your next partner, guess what? You act differently. It's crazy. The hard things that you go through are there for a reason. The hard things that you go through end up being a blessing to you in years to come, because you're stronger, you're more resilient, you're more grateful. So the only way for you to get into a grateful part and situation in your life, God and the universe wants you to do what you were brought here to do. That passion, that interest that you had when you were a teenager, that got dulled down by the common group think of scarcity, and you're not enough, and it's hard to make money, and it's hard to do anything. That's how the devil wants you to stay. He wants you to believe that, oh, $1,000 is a lot of money. If you think $1,000 is a lot of money, then you worship the devil. If you think 10 grand is a lot of money, you worship the devil. Even if you think $1 million is a lot of money, you worship the devil. Because that is feeling like you're in a lack of abundance. Right, I can guarantee you right there today, you can go and do a deal somewhere, or there's something you could do today to make $1 million very easily. Maybe you need to connect someone in a real estate deal. Maybe you connected this, random example, someone who lives in Mexico with an Australian property that's for sale, it's an investment, and you don't know what it is. That's the thing. It exists. The deal exists. Maybe you can sell some product and make, if you just make the right video and you put a link to it, and it generates your 50% commission on a certain product, that video goes viral today and you make $1 million. People do it all the time. You just have to be in the right frequency. You have to, one, be able to see the opportunity. If you can't see it, then guess what? It's not even going to enter your world. So if you're not fantasizing about the opportunities that exist for you, how are you ever going to be a part of it? In the world every day, people meet a new partner. Even every single second, a new baby's born. People die, people are born, people meet their partner, people conceive a baby, they're having sex, there's a trillion things happening at one time. You might not feel like there's a partner for you, but guess what? Your situation of feeling like there's no partner for you, and feeling like maybe you have no good attributes about you, think you're overweight, you're unhealthy, you're out of shape, maybe you're skinny, maybe all these things that you tell yourself that are a negative. One is you worshiping the devil. But number two is putting you in a frequency and a vibration that is going, even if the opportunity comes up to meet someone that you really like, that's how you think of yourself. So that is going to repel that opportunity from coming to you, because you don't feel like you deserve it. Even if that beautiful woman or man walks past you in the street, you will not go and say hello or go even attempt to try and meet them, because you just think, why would they want me? How is that going to even go anywhere close to the life that you deserve and desire? Because another thing is, things gain momentum. So if you're in a situation where your life is losing momentum and you're going down into a negative spiral of thoughts and health and money and all that, how are you ever going to start getting the things that you really want? It's important to do this from younger. If you catch yourself being negative when you're younger, like, stop it. or look at the negative situation as, how is this making my personality progress? What is this teaching me? Every negative thing that happens to you that you feel like is negative, and that's just your perception of the situation, what is it teaching me? Is it making me be more grateful for the future? Is it showing me that, hey, I should have had a conversation with that person to make sure that doesn't happen again? Am I being too trusting? Am I not setting boundaries of what is acceptable and not acceptable for me? What can you do to fix it? If it's a poor money situation that you've got, or you need more money, I'm in that situation right now. I've got some massive bills I need to pay, and I'm working on some stuff to get it going. And I'm not sitting here thinking like I'm a loser, although I'm thinking, no, it's time for me to now implement ideas to help other people, because money and making more money is literally just helping other people solve problems and get to a certain emotion. And God gave you skills, God gave you attributes and passions and ideas that you once had before that you stopped following because now you watch the football and you watch other people live their dream, that you stop living your dream. But guess what? Today's the day that you're going to start actually trying to reignite that old passion that you maybe once forgot, because that's where you're supposed to live. That's where you'll live your best life. Think about the dream life that you once put aside because you had bills, because that's where you'll make the million. That's where you'll make the money, because your passion stands out above anyone else's in that area. And you'll have never-ending motivation to provide some kind of value to people in that situation. Just like this video right now. I have no idea how many views this video is going to get, or if you guys are going to like this at all. But this video is taking me, at the moment, we're 37 minutes in. I could make this video over an hour, and then it might take me 15 minutes to post it online. And this could help so many people's lives just by having a attitude of gratitude and positivity, and letting you know that if you're in a negative state, that you're worshipping the devil. You are literally, might as well get an upside down cross and start bowing down to it, because you are staying in that negative mode. And that's not where God wants you to be. That's not what God's all about. That's not what positivity in the universe energies are all about. That is the devil and negative spirits coming to you and saying, you're not enough. You're this. There's no money for you. There's no opportunities for you. You can't commit to anything. There's no partner for you. Look at you. You're fat and overweight and unhealthy. Instead of focusing on the positive stuff, like, hey, I am, example, I had a mate, we're out at a food festival, and he's recently single, like I think a month or two of being single, and he was kind of talking about it. And then I was seeing all these, young women around, and I was like, bro, like this, go talk to some, if you see an attractive woman, like go say hi, or even just make friends with people. Maybe you're not going to have an intimate relationship with them, but you'll just have a conversation. Maybe you'll just have a chat and you'll become friends, or maybe you'll meet their other friend and you'll connect with them. Not every single stranger you talk to has to be someone that you're trying to have sex with. Stop being a fucking predator. I randomly just talk to random people. If you talk to random people, old ladies, old man, moms, dads, anyone, just randomly compliment people. If you truly want to be treated a certain way, why wouldn't you treat other people that way? If you believe that what goes around comes around, or what you give is what you get, eventually what you give is what you get back. Start treating people how you want to be treated. Anyway, back to the story. I was telling my mate, oh, what about that girl over there? You should go talk to her. She was attractive. And he was like, oh, no way, she's way out of my league. And he's a fairly attractive guy too. Like, I don't know, I can't really tell. But all I know is that women, and men might be the same too, you're attracted to people that have certain qualities and traits. It's not always about how they look or appear in a photo. Like, it's so shallow if you think like that. There's 1,000,001 trillion things that people can do. nice gestures, nice compliments, hard work ethic, commitment, honesty, frequency, fun ideas, day trips. Just like someone could be the most ugly person in the world, overweight, but then just say the nicest things or do the nicest things. And does that make them a good partner? Yes, that is a good quality attribute. A lot of these guys that you think are cocky or girls that get what they want, like part of the reason is they get what they want is because they focus on the good things, and that creates more good things. Like, oh, I'm the best. I can pick up any girl I want because, I'm committed. I've got a good job. I go to the gym. I whatever. Like, I'm just making an example of the way someone might think. And then because they're thinking in that more positive frequency, when they come into a interaction or a conversation with someone, they feel like they have value to offer. And this guy, my friend who was saying she was out of my league, and straight away I said to him, never ever say that, bro. Like, this is a guy who's super young. He's got a crazy money saving ethic, crazy work ethic. He's very neat and tidy. He's got some beautiful restored old cars that he's built and had consistency and patience building up over time, collecting parts. And I'm pretty sure he's got investment property, and he trains in the gym all the time. But he's a shorter guy, probably a little bit skinny, but that's not a bad thing. Someone might absolutely love his whatever about him, but he's focusing on, oh, she's out of my league. Bro, like, the qualities and traits that you have of consistency and honesty and work ethic and all that, like, she might just be like, take me now, over some other guy who is taller, who's more muscly, who's a fuckboy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you're focusing on the negative things about the situation, then you're worshipping the devil. Stop worshipping the devil in all situations. Take responsibility for everything that's happened to you, and realize that that's God or the universe putting that there so you can grow and overcome it. And if you don't have any friends right now, guess what? You're going to have to do it alone. You're doing it alone. You're going to have to do it alone. You are doing it alone. No one is here to save you. You are going to save yourself. No one is going to come and knock on your door and tell you, hey man, let's get this going now. Let's do this. It's up to you whether you decide to do it or not. Like, you have to choose the pain. Life is going to be hard either way. It's hard to sit down and be a loser and not really go for what you want. That's hard because then you have to live with the regret. It's also hard to get up and work on things that you're not sure about and work on things that you're not sure how it's going to go. You have to do it, bro. Like, you're doing it alone. No one's going to come and save you. There's only people like me on YouTube who will give you this little bit of porn a little bit of form of encouragement. And that's why I'm making this video, because I've watched other people who have spoken very similar to how I'm speaking right now, and they have helped just give me a little bit of hope that maybe there is a future for me, and realizing that, hey, like, you can take the easy way out and be the victim. And if you feel like you're a victim and your life is everyone else's fault, you're stuck. You'll never ever have the power to change. And that's what separates winners from losers. When people see winners and people who are financially successful or have a beautiful partner and family, they see that and they get jealous about it. But you don't see what happens behind the scenes. You don't see the struggles and the late nights and the sleepless nights and the things that have happened to make that positive situation happen. No one's life is all sunshine and rainbows. You can take the richest person in the world. Guess what? They've still got a risk of getting cancer. They've still got a risk of their partner cheating on them. They've still got a risk of them dying in a car accident, even if it's in their Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever. There's certain things that money can't buy. But the one thing in life that will make you the most wealthy is learning how to think properly. If you see situations as opportunities, you instantly become more rich. If you sit down there on the couch and let lack and let feelings of negativity overwhelm you, not only is it chemically killing your body, putting you into a state of stress and the complete opposite of being grateful. Like you're being ungrateful. You're taking a situation, like I said before, of all these opportunities. Like right now, you've got an internet connection. If you're connected to the internet, you've got opportunities everywhere. You can message people and ask them if they want social media management, or you can message them and say, "Hey, do you want to buy this hot water bottle that I'm selling?" You've got abundance to make money right now, but you are worshiping the devil that you can't even see the opportunity. And you're so fucking lazy that you don't even want to do it. How are you even watching a football game on TV if you know you need more money? That is worshiping the devil. I'm sorry, but it is. You're worshiping, and the devil wants you to stay there, and he's going to tell you every single scenario to make it hard for you, and that it's not your fault, and you're unlucky, and you can't do it, and it's too late, and you're too old. No. All negative thoughts are the devil. Because the situation, if you want to focus on God and positivity and what the universe really truly wants for you, is you see the negative situation and you say to yourself, this is a positive for me. What is it teaching me? How is it helping me grow? How is it helping me evolve? How am I going to move to the next situation? What am I going to do with this situation? It might be hard for now, but in 2 years' time, man, I'm sure this is going to make me stronger. You look at people who have lost their arms and legs in accidents, man. They end up going into the gym and becoming like what's the right word I'm looking for? They get in elite shape. A guy who doesn't even have an arm to lift a barbell ends up getting in elite shape. How? One, probably because they got a big massive payout now. They don't have to work and they're at the gym all day. But do you really need something super bad to happen to you to start realizing that, hey, these are the good old days? These are the good old days that I should have made the most of it? Or are you going to just stop worshiping the devil and say, no, bang, I'm going to set my goal to make $100,000 a month? Because let me tell you, if you're not making $100,000 a month, minimum, you're being selfish. Because you know what? You're not implementing the skills that you have to help enough people, which is selfish. If you're making $100,000 a month, that means that you are helping and putting out so much value that it's coming back to you. But if you're only making $1,000 a week because you're working at some job, that just means that you haven't wanted to use your mental capacity to create a system that provides value for people. You have to go to someone else who's already done that and just be a part of their system. And that's the thing. Like if you're going to live like that, if you're not going to have a plan for yourself and a purpose, then you just become part of someone else's plan. And you can live your little, if you're happy with your life right now, then I'm not talking to you. Like if you're happy with your life and you're content and you are feeling like you're happy, then you're not worshiping the devil because you're happy. That's where you need to be. That's where God wanted you to be, and be happy and live a meaningful life. And that's the thing. It's not always about being happy. Like it might be more about what's meaningful and giving up certain situations for future generations so you can provide and show a good example and be a good example to your kids and others around you. Any situation that you have right now that you are tolerating, you subconsciously believe that you deserve that. So if you're overweight and you're unhealthy and you have just been like that for ages, then guess what? You subconsciously in your mind know that you deserve to stay like that. If you didn't, then if you had a higher standard for yourself, then you would not accept your situation. If you have a higher standard knowing that you are better than your job and you know you can do higher value activity to serve more people, that you can set up the system on your own and make $100,000 a month, it's either you're lazy or you're selfish. It's one or the other. If you're not making $100,000 a month, you're either lazy or selfish. Because the more money you're making means that you're putting out more value with the system you created. People are benefiting from it to the point that they're opening their wallet and saying, hey, I want more of that. I'm going to buy more of that. And if you've got this far into the video, then thank you so much. I know that you're someone who's dedicated to changing their life, and you know you want to stop worshiping the devil. And if you don't believe that negative thoughts are worshiping the devil, let me know your comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I hope this has brought some kind of positivity in your life and hope to get you into your desired reality. I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, so if you love this, please make sure you subscribe and comment. I shouldn't even have to ask you that. If you don't want to subscribe, or if you hated this video, then unsubscribe. I'm just here to put out a message for the future. As long as YouTube stays around for, if someone watches this and it makes them feel a little bit better and realize that, hey, I need to stop worshiping the devil because the devil is just taking from me. He's taking. That form of thinking is only ever going to take away from you. It's not going to give to you. Seeing where you can add more to other people is giving to you. Seeing where you can be a better example for those around you is God. Seeing an opportunity that might be a place for you to make more money is an opportunity for you. That is God. Feeling like you're not confident enough, or you don't have the skills, you don't have the time, you don't have the work ethic, that is the devil. This life will give you whatever you want. You just have to make sure you have a plan and you go out and get it and you don't give up. The devil will make you give up. The devil will make you have a life that is just, could have been good, but you just kind of ruined it with negative thinking and being unoptimistic. Like, you're not optimistic. You don't see or imagine a good future. You're being reactive. You're reacting to life. Your phone rings and you're kind of thinking, oh, what is it now? Or you're opening up a bill and you're like, oh, fuck, I want to know that bill. You're reacting. You're not being proactive. Proactive people go out and they have the life that they want. They have a plan. They have a mission. They need to do what is on the plan, and they say no to everything that's not the plan. They don't just react to the situation around them. How are you supposed to have the life that you want if you're just reacting to the life of other people? Your phone rings and you're just reacting. You're not saying, hey, no, you're not saying I'm making my health a priority in my life. My health is a number one priority. And all you do is you take 1.5 hours a day to go for a little walk and make sure that you're eating, you're not overeating. That's another thing I was going to say. Like, don't stop wanting things so fast. If you've let yourself be unhealthy for many, many years, like, eventually it'll catch up with you. My cousin, unfortunately, died a year ago. He was only, what was he? 49. 49, and he was drinking and smoking and being unhealthy. He was overweight. He was just probably, I think he was in the garage from what I heard, most likely having a cigarette. And he just fell off the chair and had a heart attack. His heart was like, I'm done. People, you guys think it ain't going to happen to you. Who knows? It could happen to anyone at any time. Even the most fit, healthy people, it happens to all the time. But the saddest part was seeing his young 18-year-old kids at the funeral, lowering his body into the ground. Like, and that's it. See you, Dad. Sorry, Dad, you're not going to be here to watch me have kids, or you're not going to be here to give me advice for the future when I need help or encouragement, or when someone offers me drugs. You're not going to be the one to say, hey, I'm there. No. So there's little selfish choices that you're making is worshiping the devil, I'm sorry to say, but it's selfish little thoughts you're having. It's not got anything to do with giving or anyone else. Like, if you're going to self-sabotage and sit there and be negative, how is that going to help anyone else? A better thing to do would be to call up that person that you're angry at and actually have some fucking balls to have a conversation with that person about what needs to happen, or how the past was unacceptable, or what your standards are. And don't do it in an angry way. You can do it in a controlled and loving way. If you actually love the person, why wouldn't you want to be completely transparent and honest with them? Worshipping the devil is going behind someone's back and telling other friends what you think about that friend. And truly, God will want you to be open, transparent, and authentic to the person's face. And that's why doing it straight away is better. Like, don't sit there and tell everybody but that person your issue with the person. What is that going to achieve? Just makes your friends know that you're a little gossip, and you're probably doing the same with them behind their back. Anyway, I think I've ranted on enough, but yeah, guys, stop. I just want you to have the most positive, abundant life possible, and for you to go into your dream reality, because you are creating your reality every single second of every day. You're manifesting and creating the next situation, and it all starts from the way you think, what you imagine, the fantasies that you have in your mind. Are you taking time to even sit there and fantasize about it? Or are you just looking at what other people have and going, oh yeah, their car would be good. Oh yeah, that house is nice because they got that house. Oh, they did that on their house because that's rendered. I want to render my house now. I want to plant like that. That's what you do. You see other people having that thing and then you want the same thing. But is it better for you to actually just take half an hour, close your eyes and think, what do I actually want? Like, what do I really want? Stop thinking about what you want in stuff and things and think about what experiences do I want to have. I want to be cruising down the highway in my dream car with my son, talking about his goals and aspirations. Like, that would just make me feel buzzed. Or maybe I just want to have a really intimate night with a beautiful lady. Maybe that's your dream thing. But think about the kind of person you can become for that dream lady of yours to want to spend the night with you. And what can you give to get what you want? It's not always about just getting what you want. If you want to get what you want in life, you have to give what others want. You know, if you need more money, have you even asked anyone around you or businesses around you, like, what can I do to make $100 for you? Do you want me to hand out flyers? Do you want me to do a social media post? Do you want me to help you with your social media? Do you want me to make a little video about your business off your phone? Do you want me to help you create a marketing campaign to sell more stuff? Like, be positive. You can be negative all day long, mate. There's a million fucking reasons to be negative. And you can sit there all your life being negative about this was unfair and this guy did that and oh, poor me, poor me. It's not always about you, mate. If you want luck in your life, focus on you. Go inside, feel a lack. Sit there with the devil and have a little conversation with yourself and let him just eat you from the inside out, to the point where you've smoked so many cigarettes and drank so much alcohol that you just fucked yourself and then you die. Is that really the life that you want? Or would you rather be in a state of mental health that is good? Your mental health is great because you focus on the things that you have already and how you're grateful for them, and how can you use that to help other people and just give. And then life will give back to you. God is looking at you. If you believe in God, that is. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, guys. I went along way longer than I thought. We only touched on an hour here. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to upload this whole video completely uncut to YouTube. I'm not going to make any cuts like I have in my last one because I didn't like that. I just wanted to rant on for this long. I've got to go pick up my son now and spend the week with him. So you guys have a good rest of the day. Love you all. If you want to email me or work with me at any point, email me, george@ggmedia, george@ggmedia.com.au. Love you guys and have a killer rest of the day.